You're worthless, although I still love you. I'm the best thing that happened to you. You give me blues on purpose.
Okay, for this problem we're asked to find the minimum and the maximum of the function y equals 6t minus t squared on the closed interval 0 to 5. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, so here's our plan of attack. We're going to find the critical points, okay? And once we find those, we're going to plug both critical points and endpoints into our original y function, our f of t function in this case. So f of t, which is the y function, so y of t, right? And then we're going to, the third step is to compare and identify our maximum. Compare values and identify minimum and maximum. Min and max, okay? Alright, so first of all, we're going to find those critical points. So what we have to do is take the first derivative. So this is like our, I'll just call it y prime. We'll just do that. So the first derivative of our function is going to be 6 and then minus a 2t. Okay, so where does this is not undefined anywhere. It exists at all t values, right? So this is going to have to equal 0 at some point. So when we do that, we get 6 is equal to 2t. So we find that the t value at which our first derivative equals 0 is 3. Okay, so this is our critical point, singular, right? So we have one critical point, and then we also have our, let's bring in our endpoints. So our endpoints are t equals 0 and t equals 5, okay? So we're going to plug all three of these values into our original function and then compare them. Okay, so we have t is equal to 0, a 3, and a 5. And our original f of t, also known as y, is going to be 6t minus t squared, remember? So if we plug these in, we get that f of 0, or y of 0, whatever you want to write it as. I'll just keep the y's. So that's going to be 6 times 0 minus 0 squared. So overall, we just get a 0. And then y of 3 is going to be 6 times a 3 minus a 3 squared. So that's 18 minus a 9. So that would just be 9. And the last one is if we plug in a 5. So then we get 6 times 5 minus a 5 squared. So that's going to be 30 minus 25. So that'll be a 5. Okay? So on our interval, we got that. So I'll just write them down here. Y of 0 is 0, y of 3 is equal to 9, and y of 5 is equal to 5. Okay, so here the 5's kind of in the middle, so that doesn't do anything. This is our lowest value, so we have a minimum here, so we're going to label that. So we have a minimum here, and this one is a maximum. Okay, so that's it. Problem completed, or mission accomplished.